Jack Miller, he announced he will switch directly to MotoGP next year and miss out Moto2 completely.
The adaptation for me coming from Moto3 to MotoGP was, I want to say, a little bit easier than you would anticipate with the tyres, especially because the first feelings with the Michelin was the incredible grip that you had on the rear, for sure, was amazing. That was the biggest advantage from the get-go, was having to set the bike up a little bit more to take advantage of how much grip you had in the rear.
Yeah, I remember Jack the first season in MotoGP. I remember he was very young, you know, very aggressive rider, in the front, in the rear. But yeah, he learned quite quickly how to handle the tire.
I have special memories as well of that first season because of the win, of course, in Assen, and you know, having that with the Michelin tires was always special for me.
Jack Miller has done it! Jack Miller has won here in Assen! Jack Miller is smoking everybody.
Oh well, no chance for Michelin to assess the wear on that rear tyre now. He's been doing about 50 burnouts on the slowing down lap.
Jack Miller will replace Scott Redding at Pramac Ducati next season.
In the change from Honda to Ducati, I didn't notice so much. For sure, they feel different, and each bike adapts to the tire differently, for sure.
Miller goes through on Dovi. Unbelievable! Jack Miller's going to be on the podium in his home Grand Prix. Jack Miller's in third place. What a result for the Australian. It was a thriller from Miller. Really impressed with Jack. For the Wizard of Oz here in Spain, Jack Miller. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. He's done it! Miller wins! What a ride this has been from Jack Miller.
When you change from one manufacturer to another manufacturer, you have to adapt, even if it is the same tire, but the bike is different. The weight distribution is different. Also the electronics, traction control, the power is more smooth or not. So for you, for sure, is not an easy job.
It's not the easiest job, but you can pick up the pros and the cons of each one and try to take the pros out and try to minimize the cons.
Jack Miller then confirming that he's no longer going to be part of the factory Ducati team next year, on to Red Bull KTM Factory Racing.
So in many respects, a homecoming for Jack Miller.
The adaptation for me this year, changing from, of course, Ducati to KTM, has been good. I mean, from the get-go, we were immediately fast, which maybe surprised me a little bit. To have it so early was probably a big surprise for me.
Jack Miller does hold on to third place.
First sprint podium for Miller with the KTM.
What a final lap that was. Miller takes third, 2 podiums for Miller here in Jerez. Second sprint podium of the season. Another bronze medal goes the way of the Aussie. Good job, really good job that by Miller.
For sure, having the same tyres helps. I think definitely, you know, working with very similar technicians, having the same information that we always have, and trying to do that has been relatively easy.
Hey, only high five if it's going to be the best tyres this weekend. You too.
I say, he only get a high five if it's going to be a good tyre this weekend. Everybody on the same L1?
Exact. So soft front and medium rear, 31 degrees on track.
It's G here anyway, no?
Yeah, too soft.
This kind of relationship in a working environment like this, and you know, such a high level, it's nice to have, for sure.
Oh no, that's Jack Miller who's gone down. Miller's lost the front of his KTM.
Tough afternoon for Jack Miller, who was 16th in the end.
the Seki come past me and just ride away every time. No grip, no power. I'm useless. I'm killing myself in the middle of the corner, trying to carry speed, to do anything I can to change this, but I can't do nothing.
Sector 1 was super good.
Yes, because it's flowing and I can carry incredible corner speed and then brake like a idiot. Okay, in the last couple of Grand Prix hasn't been my best one, but when you are changing teams, when you're changing manufacturer, these things can happen, you know. I've definitely felt a change in the way that the bike performs. Of course, historically in the past, KTM never ran the soft front tire, and I was a guy that would run it quite often in the Ducati, and being able to do that also with the KTM and show that that was a possibility for them has been nice.
Yeah, for sure, Jack is one of the few riders that is able to use a very soft compound in the front, and you show the way to Brad, also to other riders to use the soft front.
Him seeing me be able to use the softer tires and use different combinations rather than always staying on the same combination of tires, I think has helped him to open a little bit the realm and what is possible to use.
Surely though now, that will be job done for Binder and for Marc Marquez, the only two men then that went on the slicks in that session, that will be the best prep riders going into the second 15-minute qualifying session.
Francesco, the plan working absolutely perfectly there, making the switch to slicks at the right time. How much is that down to the team as well as Brad himself?
We tried to explain Brad that maybe it was the time to go out with the slick, but at the end Jack convinced him. Jack came to the Brad sides and say, hey, go out with slick, no question, and he said, okay, let's go.
And also for me, learning from him a little bit, always using the hard and trying to focus on that a little bit more has helped me as well, I think, definitely.
Yeah, I think this is good for you, for your colleagues, and also for the team, because also on the bike they can understand something different, they have different data to look at. And also Jack is very strong in the mixed condition. When it's mixed, it's not dry, no wet. He showed many times that he's very sensitive in that point.
Honestly, I was this close to come in and get the slick bike. This close, but the back part of the lap is really wet still. Here, the back section.
You work well. You give us always very good information about the tire when it's new, when it's used. You know, the drop of the tire, the feeling, the grip. Many times, then we go back, we look at the data, and what you said is what is what we see in the data. And this is for a tire manufacturer is very helpful. Jack, you are one of the most experienced guy now in the MotoGP, so we count a lot in your feedback.
For sure, I mean, being together with Michelin now the whole time since you came back into MotoGP, it's been an amazing experience for me to feel all the development throughout the years. And if I think back to the tire we had in the beginning to what we have now, it's an amazing, let's say, trend. Yeah, because I mean, especially with the lean angles nowadays that we are getting in MotoGP and the braking and everything like that, it's impressive for sure.